Well, you just heard it. The motor runs. A little bit of a cold start, but we got the electric choke working. And as you can see, we turned it on and the propeller does not move, so we are neutral. But the thing is when we go into the actual neutral on the controls, it kicks into gear. So we know we have neutral, we have reverse, we have forward. Just the controls has to be kicked back a little bit for it to not be engaged. I don't think that's how this 85 horse Johnson, which is a 1969, and see if I can get you guys out of the sun here, because we had a break in the weather. That was another reason why we didn't get much of the boat restoration done last weekend like I wanted to, because it just rained all weekend and all week. Finally got a break in the weather, so we're out here. Well, I'm out here right now. John came out yesterday, late last night, to help me get this motor at least running and figure it out. And I'll actually show you what was wrong, why we couldn't get it really running last weekend. So hold on a minute. Okay, here's the old controls. We ended up buying a new one because you can't get this. I think that might be neutral right there, but it doesn't spring back like it's supposed to. And this is your neutral, I don't know if this is neutral safety switch or what this is, but you kick it forward, it goes into neutral, kick it back, goes into gear. Because we would kick it into neutral, it would, and then as soon as you kick it into gear to go back into neutral, it stayed, and it just, so it never went back into neutral. So we ended up finding a new one on eBay, so we picked that up. Let's see which way is better to get to the boat. So here's the one we ordered off of eBay here. And like I said, right there is neutral, where up and down is supposed to be neutral. So we're going to bring this to our local boat repair place. I don't know what we call it. So, but yeah, it was pretty chilly when we got back from Jaden's wrestling tournament. So I had the heater in here and all the stuff I needed for the boat, threw the tarp over so I can get working on it, because this is not in a garage. And then as soon as I put the tarp over, it was pretty warm in there, so I was like, okay, I don't need the heater, but at least it's in here just in case. But as you can see right there, I got the 6 controls, the voltmeter running. They're not wired up yet. That's what I'm going to do today. I had to use my drill, a sawzall, my Dremel, which is right there, Yeah, and now the battery died. So I'm waiting for that to charge. So the fuel gauge, I can't just turn the key and then you can see how much gas is in there. That's the only bummer. I'm not too picky on that. As soon as you start the motor up, it tells you how much gas is in there. So, because it's on an accessory wire that was free hanging in the ignition when we opened it up. But we always fill up before we go out anyway. It's just knowing how much gas is in there while we're fishing and trolling is the main that I want to know. And then since that's an accessory wire, I'm going to run it to a fuse block, which is not accessible at the moment. No, I think it's way over there. So it'll run that plus the radio. So as soon as I turn the key on, it throws power to the fuse block, and then I'll be able to turn the radio on, know how much gas is in there. And then I still have spots for like 4 more accessories if I want to run it like that. Stuff that I'm not gonna constantly use. So the batteries are charging right now. Yeah, dog's got a nice path going through my backyard. It's gonna be a fun project. So that's the update of the garden, and now I'm still got 2 days for this rest of this vacation. I wish I was on vacation. I need a vacation. Rest of this weekend, so I'm working on the boat. We got a cold snap coming in tonight, but it's supposed to warm up during the day, so we'll see how much we get done. So stay tuned.
All right, had to take out my, well, I didn't have to, I knocked it out, which is a good thing I did. So I couldn't get the drill up here. So what I'm gonna do, see if I can get this set back in there so I can show you what I'm about to do. Okay, so each one of these opens is an accessory, and that's your power, which I'm going to run that to the back, through there, down the wall to the battery. Then the negative is going to go to a block, which should be right here. So this ground goes to this ground, and each one of the accessories this will go to the accessory, this will go to an accessory, to an accessory. This one will go to the battery for the ground. And then this accessory will go to the accessory. I gotta move this red wire. Oh no, I'm right. Red. I gotta get a shrink wrap on that. And then this will go to that terminal right there. So it would be fish finder, navigation, so on and so forth. And then see how this has got 5, this has got 6. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a holes right there which will have different accessories. So that used to be, that far one right there used to be the ignition that I hooked up, but now the ignition is on the controls. So don't know what I'm gonna put in there. That might be what I run the wires out for the fish finder. And then the where is it at? That small hole right there is going to be a kill switch, which I gotta figure out how to attach that. And then this big hole will be a bilge pump. And then this hole is going to get a plastic plate put over top of it, and then another gauge, battery gauge, is going to be hooked up to that, and that'll be for the starter battery. So starter battery, and then this one has a gauge on it for the accessory, so we know how much battery life we have before we're in trouble. So that's what I'm gonna work on right now. So this is gonna be a long process, so I'll just show you bits and pieces of it. Alright, so as you can see, you got the ground block there, which one of the grounds has got to get hooked up. It's right here that I forgot about. And then we got our fuse block, which we got 4 out of the 5 hooked up. I gotta find my green wire for my fish finder. And then I'm gonna run this power wire from that all the way to the battery, and I'll have to get an infuse or inline fuse for that. And then I gotta find a ground wire that I just had in my hand. I don't know where I put it. Probably threw it behind me. And then that ground will go there. And then it'll attach to a ground from up there, and it'll be butt connected to there. And then this terminal right here will go all the way to the back. So that's what I got so far.
Alright, I got done eating lunch, came back out and did some more work. As you can see, I got this all powered on. Flip that up. We got nav lights. Jaden tested the front. Oh, kitty cat. So those work. And that's it. I am gonna have to do a secondary switch on this, because right now it's direct wired to the battery. There's no way of shutting this off while I'm on the trailer, so I'm just gonna do a secondary accessory switch. So I'll flip a switch, this will come on, and then I'll be able to use all my other accessories. So a little bit of tidying up to do under there, but not bad. Well, it's 9 o'clock right now, so we're just cleaning up the boat and see if we can get back at it tomorrow. Well, it's the next day here, and I came out and was trying to figure out what I was going to do today, because the controls are hooked up. I just need to bring it over to our boat shop here in town and get that adjusted. Hopefully you can. And then I was like, well, I can't really hook up the radio because I need some speaker wire for that. But I was like, well, I can at least figure out where I want to mount it and go from there. So this is what I came up with. Mounting it right here. And since this is an accessory wire coming out of the controls, as you can see, I mounted the controls. And I put one screw in just to hold this up, because if the rain does come, I don't want rain really getting back here a lot. But eventually I'm gonna get this board right here all carpeted, and that carpeted, get new carpet in here. So I got a few things I gotta carpet, and I gotta fasten this wall. I don't know if this wall got done or not. Looks like that wall got done. So I'm gonna carpet that wall. There's a flat floor I'm gonna build up there. That's gotta get carpeted. But our main goal right now is to get all the electronics wired because they go behind this wall. The only way to access this wall, behind this wall, is with it pulled out. I don't have any access points to it. I'm hoping I don't need any. So my thought is I'm going to run an accessory wire from here to here, and then I got to run a wire back to the battery, and then I'm going to run 2 speakers like in the old bass boat are right there. I'm going to run those to the front, and think about maybe mounting one right there. Maybe that's what I'll do. Run one there and one there. It's not a bad idea. Then it's all on one wall. Not a lot of wires that I have to go, because I was thinking about mounting them here and here, but there's going to be a board over top, so the sound would have to really come out there. But there's going to be a board I'm going to build that covers this with some access panels to get into these storage compartments for life jackets and stuff. Then the downriggers and cannonballs can sit underneath this access under there. This window lifts up so we can get in here and run our yeah, there's the old bass boat. My original thought was, you're gonna laugh, oh, can't see it, but the motor off of this boat, and I was gonna put it on that boat. Well, then when I found out how many actual horsepower that motor was, I was like, no, not doing it. It's a 85 horse Johnson. I was like, no, not doing it. So we took everything off the bass boat, put it on here. I don't know if I did a tutorial on that boat or not, of everything that was in it. But this radio came out of it. All the wiring, fuel gauge was in there. The fuel sending unit was in there, so that's now in this boat. Radio antenna. I had the Garmin Striker 4 in that boat, but we upgraded to the 5CV or VC. I have to double check on that. But I would get that mounted. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some Rail Blaza as the company and put a rail all the way, so I could put cup holder there, fish finder up there. I gotta mount the kill switch there, and then bilge pump goes there. I was gonna mount the fish finder here, but I don't think it's got enough room, so I might have to put on the Rail Blaza and just put it up in the corner, which will be fine. But yeah, bilge pump will go right here. I gotta order that switch and the bilge pump. And then I gotta get the rail blaza. That'll go all the way back. There'll be one on this side, one on that side. I know you guys are just seeing a tarp, but... And then there will be one... I think there'll be two of them, actually. So I don't think they follow the contour. I don't think there's a way to. We'll have to figure out the front because I want to mount one in the front, have the GoPro and cup holders and stuff up there for him, for when Jaden sits up there waiting to his turn to fish when we're out on the big lake. But we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll just mount them right here. So, but our goal right now is to get all the electronics that we need mounted. Ran the wires since the walls are bare. Run all the deck lights, run the radio. Kill switches, bilge pumps. As you see yesterday, I got the nav lights working yesterday. So I'm gonna come up with some more ideas that I can do since I'm waiting on parts now. See what else I can mount and figure out what I want to do. But if not, I'm gonna end the video here, and we'll see you on the next video.